and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego, my beautiful wife Karina from Venezuela. She's waiting for her green card. We got married here in Florida, January 14th, 2024. We went through the K1 visa process just like you guys. I've got 9 years of experience in processing K1 visas and green cards. I can do this process in my sleep while taking a siesta. And I'm here to answer all your K1 visa, green card questions, spousal visa questions, tourist visa questions. If you got a question, I answer it for free. That's why we're here. Okay? That's what the purpose is for this channel. It took 3 months almost for Karina to get her work permit, but she's working. She got a job working. She's doing great. And she also is here on the live stream. So she works all day, then she jumps on the live stream. How about that? Jansher can one time. Looking good, Diego. I hope you're doing good. We are one time. I'm gonna say one time. We are great. We're doing good. Joshua, thank you. We hope you're doing good too. One time. How's your family, by the way? I'm sorry. Joshua Mupenzi, I'm here waiting you, Diego and Karina. Joshua, we're here. We're always here. We're always here for you. What, for an hour and a half? Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. 6 p.m. or thereabouts Central Time, U.S. time, which is 7 p.m. Miami time, which is 5 p.m. Albuquerque, New Mexico time, and which is 4 p.m. Los Angeles time. And there was a bad tragedy there in Ruidoso, New Mexico. They had that bad forest fire. What is it? Wiped out 1,400 homes. Somebody got killed in that forest fire in Ruidoso, New Mexico. You know, the secret to preventing forest fires is, well, you can't do much about lightning strikes, but you can help prevent forest fires by maintaining the ground and the trees and the dead trees. Clear the land, keep it cleaned up, and you reduce the chance of a forest fire. Francois Livingston, good evening, Diego and Karina. How are you both doing? We're good. We're good. We're doing great. I checked. I don't check very often, but I checked Karina's status for her green card, and it's still in process. It says we're still processing your green card. Nothing needed from you. If we need anything, we'll contact you. So that means everything's good. Karina had a busy day at work. I drove her to work early this morning. And now here we are doing the live stream, ready to answer all your K1 visa green card questions. If you don't know how to fill out a green card application, okay, here I am. I can help you. If you don't know how to put together a K1 visa application, here I am. I can help you. Jansher hand one time. 7 months and 23 days waiting on DS 5535. Been sending inquiries every 2 to 3 weeks. Very good. Stay in touch with them. All they do is update the case when you send the embassy. Yeah. Well, that's what you want. One time. You want the embassy to continue to keep updating your case so you don't time out your visa. Easy E, hello guys, hope you are well. Easy E, we're good. Karina was working today. I was in the house, in the back of the house. I painted the laundry room. Early this morning when it's not too hot. It gets hot in Florida. I mean super hot. So I do everything that's physical early in the morning. Yeah, Easy E, we hope you guys are doing well. Also, we hope everybody's doing well in your family. One time, thinking about a lawsuit, now it's taking forever. No, don't do it. Don't waste your money. Wait it out. You said you've been waiting 7 months and 23 days on a 5535. So they're doing a security check. Remind me what country. Which country are we talking about? One time. Jansha, one time. Tell me the country, and I'll give you a better answer than you. Pakistan. There you go. Pakistan is a country that the United States government, Islamabad in Pakistan, They do thorough investigations and they do thorough checks of our friends applying for K-1 visas from Pakistan and from Iraq and from Syria. Okay, it's just unfortunate that you're in one of those countries in the world that the U.S. government investigates persons a little more in depth. Now, if you want to file a lawsuit against the embassy, they're going to just respond back and say to the attorney that we are investigating the case. It's still in process. The embassy's waiting for information back from the FBI and from whoever else they sent the data to for investigation. I know it sucks, but you got to stay in touch with the embassy. 7 months is a pretty long time. You should have your sponsor contact the U.S. senator in the home state. What state in the United States is the sponsor live in? Have the U.S. senator contact the embassy and get a follow-up through a U.S. senator. That's the first step before you start filing lawsuits. Joshua Mupenzi, my case was approved on June 6th, and I got an NOA2 letter. After 10 days, right? My document was returned to USCIS. Explained that, well, Diego, my case was approved on June 6th, and you got an NOA2 letter. And then after 10 days, my document was returned to USCIS. Well, where did it go? The National Visa Center? So, Joshua, the National Visa Center, if it went to the National Visa Center, which I'm sure that's where it went, if the National Visa Center found an error, if they found an error in your K-1 visa application, the National Visa Center cannot approve or disapprove visas. They have no authority. The National Visa Center has no authority to approve or disapprove visas. They can only return it to sender. So if your K-1 visa package got approved by USCIS at the service center, then it went to the MVC, and the MVC found an error in the paperwork, the MVC will send it back to USCIS to correct it. Jan show one time. So Richmond, Virginia. So you got 2 U.S. senators in Richmond, Virginia. Okay? Your sponsor needs to pick one of those senators or call both and have the U.S. senator contact the embassy in Islamabad, Pakistan, and ask for a follow-up on your K-1 visa. Have the senators do it. The U.S. senators have got more power than the Congress, okay? Because they have direct contact with the State Department. U.S. senators have more contact with the State Department than congressmen do. One time, yes, that's what we're going to do next. The most we will wait is 1 year. No, don't wait that long. I hope it's approved by then. People are suggesting lawsuit. If you file a lawsuit against USCIS, it's going to go into the hands of a federal judge. A federal judge will then look at the case and say, why immigration is this case taking so long? Immigration is going to turn around and say, we are doing an investigation with the DS 5535. The federal judge is going to say to immigration, have you completed your investigation of DS 5535? USCIS is going to say, no, we haven't yet finished the investigation. The federal judge is they're going to throw the case out, dismiss it, and return it back to where you started. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you file a lawsuit against USCIS with a federal lawsuit, writ of mandamus, I'm not an immigration attorney. I'm not giving you any legal advice here. I'm just telling you how it works. You got to win the case, okay? And the only way you can win the case is if you are in good standing. So your next option is to contact your U.S. senators and have them investigate, okay? If you file a federal lawsuit against immigration, a federal judge will take your case. He will take your case, or she, and look at all the paperwork and they'll take all the paperwork from immigration. They'll take all the paperwork from you. They'll put it together. The federal judge is going to ask the immigration people, why are you not approving this visa? And they will say it's going through an investigation on a DS 5535. And then the federal judge is then going to dismiss your case because it's still in legitimate processing. Do you see what I'm saying? So don't waste your money. Please don't waste your money on a lawsuit. Right now, don't do it. Not right now. Francois, in your opinion, will the in-transit status take 2 to 3 months? No. My fiance and I are patient, but are trying to figure some things out. No, it won't take 2 to 3 months for in-transit. You're going to United Arab Emirates. Give it 4 to 6 weeks, Francois. Give it 4 to 6 weeks, okay? The NVC has it. The United Arab Emirates, the embassy in UAE, they're kind of busy, but they're not that busy. Not like Colombia. Bogota, Colombia is maxed out. You're probably not going to be able to get an appointment in the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia until probably September. But UAE is not that busy. So hang in there, Francois. Please hang in there. Let me see here. One time. So we waited out. That's right. It's not your only option. Your option is to have your U.S. senator contact the embassy and ask them what's going on. That might help speed up the investigation a little quicker. Okay? But don't waste your money on a lawsuit because you're not gonna win. You're gonna lose a federal lawsuit at this point because it's under investigation. And the federal judge is going to side with immigration. The only way you win a lawsuit against USCIS really is if you are 100% qualified for the benefit and you have qualified for the income, meeting in person, your relationship is strong, the evidence is good, and immigration is just being freaking lazy. Okay, so a federal judge, that's when you sue immigration. The federal judge will get immigration off their ass to do their job. And immigration is going to start getting stuff done. But if you're going through an investigation from Pakistan, the federal judge isn't going to speed it up. Get your U.S. senators in Virginia to make contact with the embassy and ask for an update. Joshua Mupenzi. So how long will USCIS take to correct the error? USCIS has been speeding up with work on my case. Well, if it went to the NVC and it went back to USCIS, it's going to take them a couple of weeks, okay? They have to look and see why they sent it back. So you got your NOA2 letter, and then they sent it back to the NVC. That's a pretty quick turnaround, okay? Now you're going to wait for the USCIS. Give them 3 or 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks. Francois Livingston, thank you. Believe me, we are patient, and I'm praying to figure things out about taking time off from work. Don't worry about that right now. What's a little more time is nothing compared to the wait we went through. You went through 2 years, Francois. 2 years you've been waiting, okay? Don't worry about taking time off of work right now. When you get to that point, you drop your vacation paperwork and say, I got a family stuff I got to take care of, and boom, you take care of it. Your boss, where you work, is going to understand what you're trying to do. They're not going to give you a hard time. They're going to help you. All right? Don't worry about trying to plan vacations right now. Focus on getting the in-transit status, the ready status. Then things are going to start moving. Okay? After 24 months, Francois, you're right. You're at the end zone. You got a little more ways to go. And I know how you're feeling. I was there. It took us. It was the same time frame, basically almost 2 years. It sucks to wait. It's a horrible process to go through, and not everybody can handle it mentally. It's a stressful thing to do. Not everybody can handle doing this. All right. Immigration has made this process complicated, stressful, and slow, and they did it for a reason. Those folks that are in real relationships who are qualifying for this benefit will make it through this process. They will get their K-1 visas, they will get married, and they will get their green cards, including Francois Livingston and her soon-to-be husband from beautiful Morocco. And then he's going to get his 2-year green card, he's going to get his 10-year green card, and then you're going to get him U.S. citizenship, and then you're going to take a trip to Morocco and go see his family, right? That's going to be one heck of a vacation. But for right now, Just work through it. One time. Okay, thank you. Appreciate your help. Always feel good after your advice. Yeah, one time. You're in Pakistan, okay? Beautiful country, Islamabad, beautiful place. It's a beautiful country with beautiful people. But the governments, the US government and the Pakistan government, they kind of get along, they're kind of friendly, okay? But you gotta remember who did the US Navy capture in Pakistan, and what happened in Pakistan years and years ago? What person was found in Pakistan? Right? That's why it takes longer for K1 visas to get adjudicated out of your beautiful country of Pakistan. Just hang in there. You're going to be just fine. But get those senators on it. Get the US senators helping. Devil Dog Z, good news for us. Our interview is July 2nd. That is a Mountain Dew salute. And I'm going to open up a new bottle of Mountain Dew. Ooh, that sounds good, right? Devil Dog Z, Mountain Dew salute. And I got my Mountain Dew hat on too. One time. Yes, we will do that. Okay. Get in touch with your senators in Virginia. Remember, every state in America's got 2 senators. Florida's got 2 senators. Hawaii's got 2 senators. Utah's got 2 senators. New York's got 2 senators. Every state in the union. There are 50 states in America. 50, 50. And each state has 2 senators. So how many senators does the United States have in total? 100, right? There you go. Don't forget that. It's going to be on your U.S. citizenship test when you become a U.S. citizen. How many senators is there in America? There's 100. Joshua, let me see. Francois Livingston. I would love to go see Morocco, Diego, but in the meantime, so much to show him in America. Yeah. The United States is a big place. You take him to New York City. I mean, you live in upstate New York, take him to New York City. If you can find a freaking hotel. I mean, all the illegal immigrants right now are taking up most of the hotels in New York. But when you find a hotel that's not overly expensive, take him to the Statue of Liberty. Take him to the memorial for 9/11. Go take him to eat dinner at Patsy's Italian restaurant. Oops, Patsy's Italian restaurant in New York City. They got fantastic raviolis in there. Show him around New York. Take him to I don't know. Take him. I don't know. I said Utah, but Denise Jefferson said Utah's boring. So maybe go take him to the Grand Canyon. I don't know. But there's plenty to see in America. Joshua Mupenzi, thank you, Diego. Do I just need to wait or send an inquiry to USCIS? Because on my track app, it said if I do not send an inquiry, they will hold my document for 180 days and then destroy it. That's correct. Joshua, you got to maintain contact with immigration. Every 2 weeks, send them a status. Send them an email, an inquiry. What's going on with my visa? If you don't maintain contact with immigration, number one, if it's at the spousal level, after 1 year, I guess it's going to go away. It's going to be shredded. You got to keep in touch with immigration. Let me see. Easy Eater Francois, you are a U.S. citizen. Yes, Francois is a U.S. citizen. I think citizen cases get processed first before anyone else. You have to be a U.S. citizen to apply for a K1 visa. So they all get treated the same. Okay? If you are a green card holder, you cannot apply for a K1 visa. If you are let's suppose you're from the Philippines, the beautiful, beautiful Philippines, and you're in America and you're a green card holder. You got a 10-year green card. Okay? And you want to marry somebody from the Philippines. You can't file a K1 visa because you're not a U.S. citizen. You have to fly to the Philippines, get married, come back to the United States and file a spousal visa. Okay? Number one rule to file a K1 visa is you got to be a U.S. citizen. Number 2 rule is you got to meet each other face to face 2 years before you file for the K1. Number 3 rule is you got to make enough money to support your beneficiary. If not, get a joint sponsor. Okay. Number 4 rule, you best be in a real relationship with lots of evidence and a long lead time of dating each other. Let me see here. One time, I heard you can become a citizen within a year if you join U.S. Army. That's correct. I was hoping to join. It's also my fashion or your passion. Always wanted to join, but broke my arm 8 months ago. Well, you can't go in the Army with a broken arm. You got to fix that first. But you can become a U.S. citizen really quickly. That's correct if you join the U.S. military, U.S. Army. They will help you get citizenship, and it's totally free. If you apply for U.S. citizenship because you are a member of the United States Armed Forces with a green card, it's totally free. The U.S. citizenship process is 100% zero cost. And it's much easier to become a U.S. citizen that way. 3 minutes of soccer. Hey, Diego, my NOA 2 was approved on June 12th. June 12th. Okay, Mountain Dew salute for that. Right? I still haven't received my NOA 2 letter. Is it normal? I saw a picture in my informed delivery but never got it in the mail. That means it was mailed to you. If you got a picture in informed delivery that your NOA 2 letter was mailed to you, it was mailed to you. It was sent. The mailman lost it. The U.S. Postal Service, in its infinite wisdom, has lost your NOA 2 letter, or somebody stole it out of your mailbox. I don't think anybody's going to go in your mailbox. So I'm going to go back to number 1. The post office lost it. So you need to go to the post office where you live with a copy of make a print, screenshot the informed delivery picture of the USCIS letter, screenshot it. Same thing happened to Karina's Social Security card. I got on my email in informed delivery, it said Karina's Social Security card was mailed. But it never showed up. So I filed a complaint against the post office and said, you better produce this freaking letter like pretty quick. And 2 days later, they found it. It was buried somewhere. And Karina got her Social Security number. Same thing happened to Karina. You got to do a screenshot of the informed delivery, go to the post office, and file a complaint. And make them find it. You must have your NOA 2 letter. Immigration mailed it. The post office has lost it. Never use the U.S. Postal Service to mail anything regarding immigration. When you send your K-1 visa application to Louisville, Texas, send it by FedEx, UPS, or DHL. When you send your green card application to immigration, use FedEx, UPS, or DHL. Okay? The only time you're going to use the postal system for anything is if you get an RFE. If you get a request for further evidence, you got no choice. You have to use the U.S. Postal Service to respond to the RFE. But when you send in your K-1 visa application, use FedEx or UPS or DHL, and the same for the green card. Okay? But 3 minutes of soccer, immigration mailed you the NOA 2 letter, and your postal clerk has probably dropped it somewhere behind the seat of his or her car. I don't know where you live. Where do you live? Which state do you live in? Helena Richardson. Hi, Diego and Karina. What's going on, Helena? Went to pick up my passport today at CIS Bogota. I was told to wait for email. What do you mean you were told to wait? Yeah, Nina Baylor. Hey, yeah, Nina. Why were you told to wait for a freaking email? Go back every day. We know where you went. CIS Bogota. I'm going to give you a Mountain Dew salute. Okay, Nina, listen. You go back every day. How far is it from where you are right now? Do you live in Bogota? Go back every day and say, I'm here to get my K-1 visa. And one day they're gonna get you your K-1 visa. Wait for an email. No, don't wait for a freaking email. Nina, go back. Helena Richardson, Diego, my status said issued on the 17th. Today it changed back to approved. Because they being slow. Bogota's busy. Okay, they made a mistake when they said it was issued. Okay, they made a mistake, so they're still processing it. That's the reason. They haven't denied your visa. It's approved. You're good, Helena. Nina, you're good. Your K1 visa is perfectly fine. It's all good. What you're going to do now is you're going to wait for issue status again. I've been telling you guys, in July of 2023, in June, July, and August of 2023, the embassy in Bogota, Colombia was maxed out busy. They were so busy, they couldn't keep up with the freaking paperwork. Okay? They had to shut down. They would not accept, the embassy in Bogota, Colombia would not accept any K1 visas from the National Visa Center in July of 2023. They were so busy. So, Nina, you're good, okay? Helena, 45 minutes from Curacao. Okay, I got you. But you're going to get your visa in the next few days. It's going to be done. It was issued on the 17th. That's what I said. It would take I'd say it would take about a week to get done. But apparently the embassy in Bogota is a little busy right now. Let me see. One time, it's healed now. Okay, so your broken arm is healed. Still have a plate in my arm. Plan to remove it after 2 to 3 months. But my bone is healed. It is still possible to join. I'm 25. Yeah. Got to get that plate out of your arm, though. Okay, I don't think they'll accept you in the U.S. Army if you got a plate in your arm. But if it's just a temporary fix to help your bone heal, once the plate gets out of your arm, you will be okay to join the Army. Easy E, Francois, same here. 3 minutes of soccer, Illinois. So you're in Illinois, so Chicago. I don't know what's going on there. You live in Chicago? I don't know, but your postal clerk lost your freaking letter. The NOA2 letter was lost by the postal service. I'm telling you. You know, they can if the postal service wants to sue me because I just said that, then let them. Because they lost Karina's social security card, for crying out loud. Same thing happened. I got a picture, informed delivery, social security card. I screenshotted it. I said, hey, where's the freaking letter? And they had to go find it. They lost it somewhere. They buried it somewhere. Same thing happened for your NOA2 letter, 3 minutes of soccer. And Nina, go back to the CAS in a couple of days. Next week, Monday or Tuesday. What's today? Today's Wednesday. On Monday, go back to the CAS and check on your K1 visa. Let me see. Easy E's talking to Francois. Benay Mohammed. Hello, Diego and Karina. Wishing you the best. Same for you. I am from Iraq. We love our friends in Iraq and still waiting. My K1 visa is in an additional administrative processing. Today it has been 3 months. I am very nervous. My interview was in Qatar. Don't be nervous. Number one, okay, don't be nervous. The United States government is not trying to stop you coming to America because you are from Iraq. But they have to do mandatory security checks. People from Iraq, Syria, Pakistan, those countries, okay, the U.S. government does additional security checks. It kind of sucks, I know, because of the politics of those countries makes it difficult for people to get visas to come to America. But you'll get your K1 visa. Iran also. The nation of Iran, the beautiful country of Iran, the citizens of Iran, good people. The government sucks. The United States government and the Iranian government don't get along, okay? So I helped a lady from Iran get her K1 visa. I got her to Turkey, and then I got her K1. She went through a 221G administrative hold just like you from Iraq, from Pakistan. But she got her K1. She's in America now, doing good. Nina, go back and check Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday next week and go get your K1 visa. They're just busy. Okay, they're maxed out. Bogota is one of the busiest embassies in the world right now. Life is just for living. That's exactly right. Vida is para. Okay, let me see here. Hi, Diego and Karina. I did my biometrics weeks ago and still no work permit. It takes 3 months to get a freaking work permit. Life is just for living. It took Karina 3 months to get a work permit. You got to be patient. Hang in there. I know it's a long way. It's easy for me to say, but we went through this whole thing just like you guys. We went through all this just like you guys. Let me see. Caroline Justice. Hey guys, K2 visa still on ready on SEAC after interview with approval 3 weeks ago. Paris Embassy, what is going on? I am in the United States and married. My K2 is 18 and followed to join. I emailed them today. Well, when you filled out the DS-160 for your K2 and you put followed to join, okay, the U.S. Embassy is saying that your K2 isn't yet ready to travel to America. You told him he's going to join you later, right? So you said you got K2 visa on ready status on SEAC after interview with approval 3 weeks ago. So was your K2 with you at the visa interview? Did you go together? Did you go together? Did your son or daughter? Let me see here. Did your son or daughter accompany you to the K1 visa interview in Paris? What did you tell the embassy? Did you tell them how long? Let me see here. You emailed them today. Harold A. Hey, is the interview hard? I got to Colombia August 22nd, 2024. What do you mean you got to Colombia August 22nd, 2024? You flying to Colombia August 22nd? Harold A., you're flying to Colombia on August 22nd. That's what you meant to say, right? You're probably going to get the K1 visa interview scheduled in the end of August, September. Binay Muhammad, how long does it take? It could take 3-4 months. Okay, Diego, Nina. Okay, Diego, I will. So the SAS doesn't send out emails. Did Karina receive an email? No. Karina didn't get a freaking email from anybody. She went, when she got issued status, we went down to the Bogota office and picked up her K1 visa. They asked her when she walked in there in Spanish, do you have an appointment? I understood. I speak Spanish. And Karina said, no, I don't have an appointment. And the lady said, okay, you go in this line. So she went in, Karina got in this line. And she went up to the counter and she said, I'm here to get my K1 visa. And they said, okay, let me see your birth certificate and your passport. Not your passport, your birth certificate. And her Venezuelan cedula. They said, I want to see your Venezuelan cedula and your birth certificate. And she showed it. Here's my cedula, here's my birth certificate. And the lady said, oh, the gentleman is a hombre? No, the lady said, the lady said to Karina, I need a big blown up photocopy of your Venezuelan cedula and your birth certificate. So we got out of line. We walked across the street in Bogota, looked for a print company, made a photocopy of her cedula from Venezuela, made a photocopy of her birth certificate, and then went back in line, waited in line, and the lady said, are you here for an appointment? No. Okay, go to this line. And then Karina went back up to the counter and said, here's a photocopy of my cedula, here's a copy of my birth certificate, here's my original, and hit blah, 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 blah. And I looked behind the desk, and there was a photocopy machine right behind her. I said, why couldn't you freaking make a photocopy of her freaking cedula right there on the copy machine that's right behind you? And by the way, where's the Christmas tree? It's December. Where's the freaking Christmas tree? And the lady said, oh, we can't use that copy machine for clients. I said, I just shook my head. I'm like, the U.S. government at its greatest right there. No Christmas tree. And they wouldn't let her make a simple photocopy that was behind her on the copy machine. Instead, they made her walk across the street, get out of line, and pay what? Was it $3? $3 for a photocopy. It took 3 months. Life is just for living. It took 3 months for Karina to get her work permit. Yes. Caroline Justice. No, she was alone. She is 18. And they said 2 weeks. And that was 3 weeks ago. Send an email to the embassy and do a status update. Forget SEAC. Send an email to the embassy and say, hey, what's going on? Francois, let me see. Francois, hope this doesn't sound silly, but when does the beneficiary know when to do the biometrics? Well, you're going to get the packet 3, packet 4 email from the U.S. Embassy in the United Arab Emirates, and they're going to, and Francois, you're going to go into the packet 3, packet 4 email, and you're going to schedule. You're going to pay the visa fee of $265. You're going to fill out the DS-160 if you want to help your beneficiary. You're going to submit it. You're going to sign off on it, and he's going to sign off on it, and you're going to say you helped fill it out. You're going to print the confirmation page. You're going to schedule the visa interview, and you're going to schedule the biometrics. That's how you know. Francois. How does he know when to go to the biometrics? Because you schedule the day when you pay the visa fee. Once you pay the visa fee, the $265 consular fee includes the biometrics fee. That applies to the U.S. Embassy in Colombia also. So if you're going through the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia, you pay $265 for the visa fee, consular fee. That includes the biometrics. Karina wasn't sure. Karina, I paid the visa fee here in Florida, and Karina wasn't sure if it included the biometrics. So she jumped on the Transmillennial. She went down to the biometrics. She knocked on the door, and she said, "Hey," she said, "My sponsor in America paid the visa fee. Here's the paper. Here's the receipt, the MERV receipt. Does it include the biometrics?" And they said he's already paid for. She went, "Oh, okay." So then Karina called me on WhatsApp and said it's already paid for. When you pay the visa fee to the embassy, it includes the biometrics. Caroline Justice, she was alone and 18 in Paris. They said 2 weeks, so it's a bit tardy. They're a bit late. They're running a bit behind, okay, Caroline? But you got to keep touch with the embassy in Paris. Helena, Nina, yes, that's what they asked me, but they did not even let me in the door. They wouldn't let you in the door. What do you mean they wouldn't let you in the door? They wouldn't let you in the door? Well, that doesn't make any sense. They let Karina in the door without an appointment. I don't understand why they wouldn't let you in the door. I know exactly what you're talking about. There's a guy that stands on the door. He speaks English and Spanish fluently. Why wouldn't they let you in? Francois, yeah, I'll have to excuse me if I'm supposed to know after being here week after week. It's been a long day and I left my brain at work. Francois, olvide cerebro in trabajo. You left your brain at work, Francois. Come on now. You've got this. You can do this, okay? You're at the finish line. And so is Nina. Nina's at the finish line. And the embassy, the Bogota, is giving everybody a hard time right now because they're so overwhelmed with paperwork. Hitchum, Adjere, in Form I-134. That's the Declaration of Financial Support. It is asking for the petitioner's assets. It's not required. The petitioner's assets, yeah. Do we have to fill it out? It's just confusing. Hitchum, it's an easy form to fill out. The I-134 is easy to fill out. I have made a video on how to fill out Form I-134. Google in the channel, this is your YouTube channel, Google in the channel, I-134. It will take you to the video, watch the video, and you will be unconfused. But if they're asking the petitioner for assets, they're asking you, do you have a house? What's the value of your house? Your checking and your savings account. How much money you got? Those are the questions they're asking. And you click on the arrow on the form and it opens up the box and you put in how much money is in your checking account and your savings account and how much is your house worth or whatever. Nina, Christmas, Christmas tree, yeah. We went to pick up Karina's K1 visa it was in Christmas week. And we went into the office, the CAC office that you were talking about, And I'm looking for the Christmas tree. And I said, where's the freaking Christmas tree? You got nothing up here. No Christmas lights, nothing. And they said, well, we can't put up a Christmas tree in this office because the State Department won't let us put up a Christmas tree. I said, well, screw the State Department. Put up a freaking Christmas tree. Put up a tree and celebrate Christmas. You know, if the state, how's the State Department going to know? What, are they spying on you from Washington? Let me see here. Harold, yes, I'm going to Colombia August 22nd. Harold A. Well, congratulations on going to Colombia on August 22nd. Have a safe flight. You're probably going to be okay in getting this visa interview scheduled by that time or into September. So you're going to have a vacation in August, September in Colombia. And remember, Bogota is 10,340 something feet above sea level. So when you land in Bogota, Colombia, don't be surprised if you feel tired and if you get sleepy, because you are high in altitude. You're up in the mountains, in the Andes Mountains. The altitude is very high, and you're going to feel very sleepy on your first day in Bogota. Caroline Justice, yeah, thanks, Diego. I did send an email today for an update. There you go. Keep in touch with the embassy. Alfredo Miranda, once my wife receives the NOA after submitting the adjustment of status, what is next? So when you're talking about the I-797, so you filed for the green card, you got the letter in the mail saying that they received it. What's next? Now you're going to wait for it to get processed. It could be 4 or 5 months. Nina, he stopped me at the door and asked if I had an appointment. He told me to wait for an email from CAS. Unbelievable. So they're getting real busy at CAS in Bogota, Colombia. I understand what happened. Yeah, I understand. I know who that person is. I remember him because he was talking to me in English, and I said, dude, I speak Spanish just as well. You can talk to me in English or Spanish. I remember who he is. And he told Karina to turn her cell phone off and put it in her cartera, in her purse. And I didn't turn off mine because he didn't ask me to turn off my phone. So, you know, it's pretty strict in there. And I was like, man, this place sucks. There's no Christmas tree. I understand what happened now, Nina. They're busy, okay? Did you explain to him your situation? Hitchum Aldered, does it matter if you have like 3K in the bank as an asset? 3K is better than 0K, right? I only have a checking account. That's fine. But I made over 30,000 for the past years. I spent so much I can't even save with all these Biden prices. Yeah, what is it? $5 for a loaf of bread? What is it? $8 a gallon for gas in California? I mean, I don't know where you live, Hitchum. I don't know where you live, okay? But inflation's out of control. The Congress, so we can't really blame Biden for inflation, because the President Biden doesn't have authority to spend money. It's the Congress of the United States that approves Biden to go spend money on all this crap that he keeps spending money on. You know, like building piers in foreign countries. I mean, what the heck? You know, sending money to fight wars that we don't have any business sticking our nose into, right? Biden is spending all this money, but who approves it? The Congress. The Congress of the United States. The Congress. Who's in charge of the Congress right now? Freaking Republicans, right? Republicans are running the Congress, and they're spending money that we don't have. And Biden is happy to take the money and spend it. So we got to put the blame on Biden and the Republican Congress. I'm serious. The Republicans keep giving Biden all this money to spend, and it's driving up prices like crazy. You know, I mean, how much is it for a freaking 2 gallons of milk? Was it $5 for a gallon of milk? 2 gallons of milk? It's crazy. So, Alfredo, the question is, what happens once you file the green card application? You get the I-797. Wait for immigration. And you're going to get a biometrics letter too. They're going to send you to biometrics. Helena, he stopped you at the door. I got you. Nina, I got you. Let me see. Hitchem, don't worry about how much you got in the bank as long as you got something in the bank. Put it down. Forky, hola Diego, my husband and I applied for the new green card. I just translated it so you guys can understand what Forky just said. Well, buen dia, mi alegra. Muy bien. Mountain Dew salute. Hitchem, I live in New Jersey. My condolences. Do you know what the taxes are in Jersey are? They're crazy. How much is a gallon of gas in New Jersey? You got the highest property taxes in the whole country. New Jersey, New York, and California have got the highest property taxes in the whole United States. But you live in New Jersey. Well, that's okay. Jersey City. I've been to New Jersey many times. I also typed the I-134, half of it, on the computer, and the rest of it is in black ink, handwritten. Is it okay? Hitchem, perfectly fine. You can do that. You can use a black ink pen and whatever on a computer. You can fill it out on the computer, and whatever you can't fill out on a computer, you print it, and you fill it out with a black ink pen. Sign it and date it, and get your beneficiary the original I-134. Okay? And I've been to New Jersey, Hitchem. I remember I was in New Jersey years ago. I think it was over 20. Where was I? I was in the Navy. I think I was in the Navy. And I went in to pump gas into my government vehicle. And the gas station attendant came running out like having a heart attack. What are you doing? I said, I'm putting gas in my freaking car. What does it look like? And they said, you can't. We got to have somebody gas the car for you. I said, I'm not freaking handicapped. I can do it myself. They said, no. In New Jersey, we pump the gas. I said, great. You pump the gas. You can clean my windshields and you clean the lights too. And check the freaking oil. Seriously. I remember that pretty clearly. Francois Livingston, did you read that the pier that was built is going to be taken down and cost $230 million? Yeah, it's my money. It's your money. It's our money. It's American citizens' taxpayer money. It's green card holders' taxpayer money. And the U.S. Congress, the Republican-led Congress, and the communist president, Biden, are spending money we don't have. And what happens when you spend money that you don't have in a free market economy? The value of the dollar goes down, and then the price of goods goes up. A loaf of bread goes from $1.90 a loaf to $5 a loaf. Why? Because Republicans and Democrats are destroying this country. But hopefully we get a new president come election day and we can fix it. Hopefully he can fix it. Because the president of the United States has veto power, and he can say, I'm not signing this budget. It's baloney. I'm not signing this budget. The president can send a budget back to the Congress and say, redo this, where I can freaking sign it. Biden's signing them all like crazy. The Republicans are giving Biden all this money to spend, and he's signing off on the budgets, and he's spending the money. And what happens? You, Mr. Mom and Pop Store, have to raise your prices on your food, on your milk. Why? Because of spending and spending and spending and printing money we don't have. Anyway, Forky, y no podemos esperar a escuchar nuevamente sobre nuestro caso. ¿Sabes cuánto se puede demorar en responder?
¿Cuánto tiempo para su green card?
It takes about 4 to 5 months. 4 y 5 meses. See? Hitchem. I live in New Jersey, called Jersey City, and you typed the I-134 on the computer, and the rest you did in black ink. You're good to go. And Francois was talking about that pier that cost us $230 million, and now they're dismantling it. Do you know that $230 million could have been spent on something more efficient than a freaking peer, right? Like fixing roads, fixing schools. Hitchum. If the embassy asks my beneficiary why he has only $3,000 in the bank, she's going to say it's Biden's fault. No. Plain and simple. No, you say it's the Congress's fault, and Biden is buying into it. Okay. Now I understand, Hitchum, what you're saying. Okay, but you got to remember, the president of the United States does not have authority to spend money that hasn't been allocated to him by the Congress. When the Congress allocates the president money, he goes to spend it. That's how it works. The Congress put a budget together. It goes to the Senate. They ratify it. They send it to the president. He signs it. And then he goes on a spending spree. Thanks to who? The Republican-controlled Congress. I'm an independent, okay? I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat, because the Republican Party and the Democrat Party are both one and the same thing. They're a uniparty. They're not protecting American people. They're protecting themselves. They're spending all of our money. I pay taxes every year, and then it goes to Biden for his vacations. But how does Biden get it? The Congress gives it to him. But I like what you're saying, Hitchum. I'm with you, brother. Francois Diego, did you read? I read that part. Hitchum, I'm also self-employed. Do I have to include my employer's info? Yes. If you are self-employed, you need to provide. How do you pay yourself? Do you pay yourself once a week, twice a month? If you're self-employed, you're paying yourself, right? You pay yourself. Your salary goes in your bank. Print those direct deposits that you're sending to yourself. And also you're going to need your 1099. Your 1099s. Joshua Mupenzi. Thank you, Diego, for our channel. That's right. Joshua, you got it right. This is your channel. You really give us hope. Joshua, I'm going to get you over the finish line. Francois, Denise Jefferson, everybody. My friends in Iraq, our friends in Pakistan. It's not people that are the problem, okay, in the world. Trying to get a K-1 visa. The people aren't the problem. It's the freaking governments. Mountain Dew salute to Joshua. The U.S. government right now is horrendous. It's a horrible entity. It's horrible. Our economy is in the septic tank, the toilet basin, okay? And Biden keeps trying to flush, and nothing. It keeps going around in a circle. Why? Because of congressional incompetence, Senate incompetence, and Biden's incompetence. He needs to go home to Delaware with his wife and retire, and go find something else to do other than being president, because he doesn't even know what freaking day it is. I feel sorry for the guy. Other people are running him, okay? Other people. It looks like he's being abused by his own inner circle. They need to let him go home and relax with his wife, go onto the beach, go get an ice cream, okay? Step down and have somebody else fill his shoes and run for his term in 2024. Just my opinion. I'm not voting for the guy, okay? I'm not gonna do that. But they need to let him go home and retire and get in his rocking chair. Hitchum, you got to get your 1099s, okay? Hitchum, well, last year I wasn't self-employed. Well, you didn't say that. This year I'm self-employed. So how can I get a 1099 for the year ain't over yet? Well, you can't. You don't get a 1099 until 2025. But you got a W-2s, right? You got bank statements for a year showing where your money goes, right? You can prove your income for 2023, 2022, and 2021. 2024 hasn't even ended. You're only halfway through it. We're only halfway through 2024. So the only way you can prove income for 2024 is from direct deposit bank statements and pay stubs, and that's it. You're not going to have a 1099 until January. The cutoff for a 1099 is January 31 of 2025. Hitchum, last year I was self-employed and employed, but this year I'm only self-employed. Gotcha. So last year, you're going to have a 1099 and a W-2. This year, for 2025, you're going to have just a 1099. Julian ALO. Hello, Diego and Karina. How are you? Julian, we're good. I did my biometrics since the 13th of June. I'm applied for the green card. No work permit. Now, save your money on the work permit. I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. Karina applied for her green card on February 29th, 2024. She got a work permit 3 months later. And now we're into about going into the 4th month. Let me see here. February, March, April, May, June. We're almost at the end of the 4th month. So we should probably hear about Karina's green card in July, next month. Next month, August at the latest. But it's not a fast process. There's no such thing as a rapid green card. There's no such thing as a rapid visa. It doesn't exist. It's nowhere on the planet can you get it done that quick. The only way you can get a rapid green card done or a rapid visa is if you're on the United States Navy or Army or Marine Corps or Coast Guard or Merchant Marine, and you're fixing to get deployed. Then you can file for an emergency expedite, and you'll get it done. Francois, I remember you saying once the 401k can be put down on the I-134, house is an asset too, isn't it? Yeah, Francois, house is an asset. Your house is an asset. How do you figure out, how do you determine the value of your house as an asset for your I-134? You get a real estate agent or a realtor or a broker to do a comparative market analysis on your house. Okay, a CMA. The realtor does a comparative market analysis on your house and says, okay, Francois, your house is worth X amount of dollars. And then you're going to subtract whatever you owe on your house from that CMA. Let's suppose you got a $400,000 house and you owe $200,000 on the house. Your your assets for the house is $200,000 because you can't include the whole value. You have to minus whatever you owe from it, okay? And then you include your equity. That's how it works. Let me see. Let me see here. Matt Berner, getting on my first flight at 6:30 to get my fiance in Bogota. Mountain Dew salute to Matt Berner. Visa in hand, bags are packed. Matt Berner, maleta is it's paquete. See me more. Mountain Dew salute to Matt Berner. But before you leave Bogota, you got to go eat pizza at Viva La Pizza in downtown Bogota. It's central. They got the best pizza and the best salad I ever had in my life. Viva La Pizza in Bogota, Colombia, central. It's near Pan American. Cerca de Pan American? Huh? Bogota. Nina, Diego, do I have to put a copy of my NOA-2 letter in my green card application? Yes, you do. Your NOA-2 letter must go in your green card application. It is mandatory. Francois, you're almost at the finish line. Karina, you always look so calm and relaxed. Siempre tú es relaja y no stress. Karina is like, she's like always chilling. Nothing bothers her. Okay? Nothing. She went through this whole process. Took 2 freaking years. And here she is. And she's at the finish line for her green card. But here's the thing. When she gets her 2-year green card, we've already started collecting evidence for her 10-year green card. It's not over till you become a citizen with immigration. Okay? Once you get your 2-year green card, then you got to get your 10-year green card. You got to include evidence for your 10-year green card, and you got to lift the conditions off your 2-year green card 3 months before your 2-year green card expires. Francois Livingston, will a realtor charge an arm and a leg to do the assessment? No, it's free. A realtor will do a comparative market analysis of your house for free. Call a realtor or email a realtor and say, can you give me an evaluation of my house? And they will do it and email it to you. Okay? Or you can do this. You can go into Zillow.com. I'll type it in right here. go into here and look up, put your address in. Go into Zillow.com, put in your address, look up, your house is going to pop up. It's going to show what its value is. It's going to show where you live, what the property taxes are. It's going to give you all that. Go ahead and print that, and you can use that as an evaluation if you don't want to go to a realtor. But it's free. An evaluation of your house is going to be free by the realtor. 4 key. ¿Tienen pensado viaje nuevamente a Bogotá pronto? No. We're not going back to Colombia. Not for a long time, right? No. When Karina is an American citizen, she's got an American passport, okay? And she can speak English pretty good. She's getting there. Then we're going to travel. We're going to go to England, right? Inglaterra. Primero. First, we're going to go to England. She wants to go see the Crown Jewels and Buckingham Palace and the Tower of London. And she wants to go on a boat ride down the River Thames, okay? But we're not going to do any of that till she becomes a U.S. citizen. We're not taking any freaking chances, zero. We're not taking any chances with immigration, leaving America with a green card or not. We're not going to leave the United States, even with a green card. We're not going to do it. Francois, I don't mind going to a realtor, but they might think I'm going to sell my house. It's really irrelevant if they think you're going to sell your house. Francois, just ask a realtor, can you please do a CMA on my house? I'll type it in right here. CMA. Email a realtor and say, please, can you do a CMA on my house? And then email it to you. They might do a follow-up and ask you, are you planning on selling your house? And you can say, well, maybe in the future, because I'm going to sell my house and get out of New York and move somewhere else because I can't stand the taxes in the state of New York. You could say that, but they're not going to harass you, okay? They're not going to do that. Real estate agents, realtors are very professional, and they will not harass you and blow up your phone saying if you're going to sell your house or not. Just ask them for a CMA. It's a comparative market analysis. They'll send it to you. Okay, guys, I've been talking for an hour. Let me see, Francois, I will get on that tomorrow. There you go, Francois. Yeah, tomorrow, send an email. Doesn't matter, a realtor close to your house. Send them an email. Say, hey, can you give me a CMA on my house? I'm curious to know what the value is of my house. And they'll do it for you. It'll probably only take them about 30 minutes, and they will email it to you. Or you can do it yourself on Zillow.com if you want to do that. But I recommend getting a realtor to do it, because then you got somebody else who is an independent from you doing the process, okay? Like I'm a real estate agent, but my friend is a real estate agent also. My friend did the CMA on my house, which is our house, Nosotros, Casa. Right. I kept myself out of the loop. Even though I am authorized and licensed to do that, I kept out of it and had somebody else do that. So that way, immigration can't turn around and say, "Well, you fudged the numbers." No, I didn't fudge nothing. I didn't do the evaluation. My friend did. So, Francois, that's a good mission. That's homework for you tomorrow, Francois. Your homework tomorrow is to get in touch with a realtor or a real estate agent and have that person do a CMA on your house. Get it printed. Print 2 or 3 copies, because then you can use it for the green card application also. But with that said, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I've been talking over an hour. My throat's sore, and I'm going to give everybody a Mountain Dew salute. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Stay patient during this process. Don't panic. Don't stress nothing. Chris and Emil, you're leaving us. Well, I'll stay if you want. Now, Chris and Emil, you were in Brazil, right? You were in Brazil, right? In Rio de Janeiro. Now where are you at? In the United States, huh? In Texas? Where? I can't remember. Where did you move to?
Mississippi.
Mississippi, is it? Or Alabama? Was it? I don't know.
No me acuerdo.
Well, I said I was leaving. Well, I can stick around if you have questions. You're Mississippi. That's right. Mississippi. Oh, man, your memory is muy fuerte. Mississippi. I'll stick around, Chris and Emil. Do you have some questions that you want to ask me? Do you have questions about the green card application? Because you made it to America. You went from Brazil to America. Now you're going to file for the green card. Do you have any questions on how to file for a green card? If you do, I'm right here, right now, and I will sit here and I will answer them. Well, if you don't have any questions, I'm out of here. Right? Okay, guys. What's today? Wednesday? Today's Wednesday. Chris and Emil, no, my fiance, still working the paperwork. When you get all the paperwork done, let me go over it with you right here so you don't make any mistakes. NBI process. Gotcha. We'll see you guys on Saturday.